Hi guys, welcome to Crazy Burger. So in this video we're going to have a look at all 4 Super Pockets, let you know what they're actually like, what games are on them, and I'll even tell you which one's my favourite. Okay, so the Super Pockets were released last year. The first 2 editions were Capcom and the Taito versions. And I have to say it's definitely one of the best products that Blaze have released, and it's selling at a really reasonable price of £50. And you also can play Evercade cartridges as well with it if you want to expand your library and play games that are not actually preloaded on the actual handheld. Nice, I like that intro. A nice little feature with the Super Pockets is the option to start the arcade games in easy mode, and it definitely makes a massive difference to some of the games that are included. Now in the Capcom version there is a lot of cool games like Street Fighter 2 Hyper Fighting, Strider, Mercs, 1942, 1943, 1944, Bionic Commando, Captain Commando, Final Fight, Forgotten Worlds, Ghouls and Ghosts, Mega Man, which is the NES version I believe. But anyway, some really cool games. Unfortunately I think the Street Fighter 2 version that's included is extremely tough and probably far too hard for me, even on easy mode. Also there's the excellent Strider on there. And there's also the brilliant shoot 'em ups at 1944, the Lookmaster, which is absolutely fantastic. But there's also other versions out there that you might want to buy as well. There's the Taito version, which is an absolute favourite of mine. I really enjoyed this version. It's great to play games such as Bubble Bobble, it also has Kadash, Chak and Pop, Don Dokui Don. It has elevator action as well, which is a really classic arcade game. One of my all-time favourite football arcade games, Football Champ. Also has an excellent beat 'em up and grill. Also there is a few other games. Now some of the games are in sort of Tate mode, which isn't ideal, like Kiki, Kai Kai, which probably isn't ideal for a small screen like that. So you have to bear that in mind as well. Liquid Kids, which is absolutely fantastic, sort of scrolling, kind of bubble them up if you like. Operation Wolf doesn't sound like it should fit on here, but it actually plays pretty well on the D-pad. And probably one of the best games on the sort of Taito Super Pocket is Puzzle Bobble. Supremely addictive stuff, and one of those games that is definitely perfectly suited to the handheld. We've also got Rastan, classic Space Invaders, also Space Invaders 91. We also have the absolutely amazing The New Zealand Story, which is absolutely brilliant, and also the Fairyland Story, The Legend of Cage as well. Pretty cool games, some pretty obscure stuff. But anyway, let's have a look at some of the games in action, and we'll probably start with Bubble Bobble. There's no doubt that Bubble Bobble would be a massive selling point for this device, an absolute classic no matter which version you played, whether it be the C64 version, the NES version, and gladly we've got probably the best version, the arcade, on the Super Pockets, and it does seem to fit that screen absolutely perfect. But I definitely bought it for this game here. Oh, anytime I heard that in the arcade, it would drag me in. So Football Champ was an absolute massive favourite of mine. I remember playing it quite a lot back in the early 90s in the arcades. An excellent, fun football title. Now, as I mentioned earlier, Grill is a fantastic scrolling beat 'em up, and probably not one that many people have heard of. And also the fantastic sort of scrolling bubble 'em up thing, which is Liquid Kids, which is fantastic stuff. But yeah, Puzzle Bobble might be one of those ones that's just perfect as a sort of travel companion to play on the go. An excellent title, and definitely worth buying just to play this game on its own. So recently we also got 2 further Super Pockets added to the collection. We've got the Atari Super Pocket and the Technos Super Pocket. The Technos Super Pocket comes complete with 15 games, some arcade, some sort of console. Double Dragon, River City Ransom, Double Dragon, I think the Game Boy version, Double Dragon 2, Double Dragon 3, Double Dragon, the Game Boy version, I think we've got the NES version there as well. And we've got Super Dodgeball Arcade, Super Double Dragon, Super Spikeball and Blockout. So obviously if you're a massive Double Dragon fan, then you don't want to miss out on this Super Pocket. For 50 quid you're getting a lot of Double Dragon, from Double Dragon 1 to 3, and a few different versions of the original Double Dragon, the NES and the Game Boy version. So if you're a massive fan, you definitely don't want to miss this one. So also getting released in October is the Atari edition of the Super Pocket, coming in two versions, the black and red version, and if you've been lucky enough to get one of these, the sort of wood grain edition, and it's going to be a limited edition of 26,000 copies of that. On that there's 50 games: Asteroids, Berserk, Canyon Bomber, Crystal Castles, Frenzy. We've got Liberator, Lost Tomb, Millipede, Missile Command, Night Driver, All Arcade, Pong Arcade, Skydiver, Super Breakout, and a few others. We've also got some 2600 games there, and some stuff that probably wasn't even released back in the day, which is pretty cool, and some absolute classics for sure. I definitely have a big fan of Solaris and Yar's Revenge. There's also 5200 games there, which is something of a first. If you follow Evercade, we don't have 5200 on Evercade as yet, and there are, I think, a good maybe 5 games that's been included. Also some 7800 games that's not even on Evercade either, such as Fatal Run, which is a pretty cool game, no doubt about it. There's also some Atari Lynx games. There's a few here that we've not seen on Evercade either, which is pretty cool. Warbirds and Turbo Sub being pretty cool games as well. Let's have a look at some of the games. Okay guys, so that's my look at all 4 Super Pockets. Which one are you going to buy? Are you buying any? Are you going to buy all 4? Personally, if you were going to buy one, I would choose this one. This is the Taito edition of the Super Pocket. Definitely my personal fave. Although I like a lot of games from the other Super Pockets, and they all have their own sort of unique games and styles. But for me, if I was going to pick one and just one and spend my £50, it would be this one. And don't forget, you can actually play all Evercade cartridges on this if you want to expand your library. But anyway guys, let me know your thoughts. What one are you picking up, if any? Thanks for watching. I'll catch you again in the next one. Bye for now.